Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Avalon High. This is it, this is a 2010 Disney original movie. It's an hour and a half long, hour and 31 minutes long. It is heavy, heavily influenced. Not, I shouldn't even say influenced. The whole point of it revolves around King Arthur and the legend of the reign of King Arthur and Camelot and all the characters, Lancelot and Guinevere and everybody else in that. It's Although this takes place in a town called Avalon, which is presumably America, in the United States, because everybody speaks with an American accent. Um, it's filmed in New Zealand, weirdly enough, but again, it's all based on the legends that are born out of Great Britain. So yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Uh, basically, we are introduced to this girl named Allie, whose parents are like King Arthur scholars. They know everything about King Arthur. They just happen to move to a town named Avalon. Oh, by the way, her last name is Pennington. Um, I mean, these are all like, if you don't know King Arthur, these are all references to that era, that realm. That some people, the King Arthur legend is, I say legend because it's not exactly historically fact. It's not real technically. Um, there are a number of stories that lend itself to making the Arthurian legend in the medieval times to be real, but it more than likely isn't, or it's just an amalgamation of a bunch of different things. There's a lot going on to it. I was kind of researching it a little bit while I was watching it, but it's assumed that yeah, this is all just make believe. That Camelot never existed, uh, or if it did, it wasn't based in the stories we know, the stories of King Arthur that we know. It's it's fantasy. So yeah, all this weird. It's a great British legend set in America, filmed in New Zealand, and it's about a girl who starts seeing things, having seen connections to um, a story that King Arthur might be reincarnated in modern times, along with his whole cast of characters, and it will play out in a in this modern day era where Mordred, his archenemy, will undermine him and destroy him. Well, of course, as we watch this, I'm not going to give away everything, but as we watch this, we see that um, this guy who's very King Arthur like right there, his name's, let me make sure I get his name right here. It's Greg Sulkin. You know him as Chase Stein on Runaways from on ABC. Now on now on Disney Plus. But yeah, he's British, and he slips into that British accent just a little bit here and there. He's not yet too good holding that American accent, but whatever, we'll forgive you. It's not a big deal. Um, I feel like I've seen Britt Robertson, who plays Allie, before. I can't remember where. I didn't look her up too much, otherwise I'd probably know. But this looks like a CW, like a failed CW pilot, is what it looks like. It looks like it's the pre-Arrowverse era, pre-Riverdale era, where everything's it's not very sexy because again it's Disney, um, but you still get Lancelot and Guinevere, or Lance and Jen, cheating on Will, who is presumably you know Lancelot, Guinevere, and King Arthur reincarnated, and yeah, so there's that drama. There is an evil stepbrother who is being really mean to Will, who's a star quarterback who dreams of possibly someday being president. So there's all these signals being thrown out here to tell you that everybody is exactly who you think they are. And Allie's best friend Miles, he gets these strange headaches where he sees the future, and so that's a little bit supernatural. Could he be Merlin? Who knows? Anyway, the clock is ticking, and they have to figure out what's happening with Will, King Arthur, and see if they can keep him from being destroyed by Mordred. And yeah, it's very forced at times. I was surprised that the acting, the dialogue didn't seem forced. That's when I say it's like CW. It has that feel that of dialogue that you get with a CW show, like a Greg Berlanti show, where between Allie and Will, despite the weird accent stuff, they actually connect really well, and it feels more like realistic dialogue. And other times, it's really exposition heavy and it's really kind of clunky. Miles is the comic relief, the sidekick kind of thing to Allie, and he's funny. She and he have this love-hate relationship. He hates himself and he hates everybody else because he's picked on for being a nerd or whatever. She befriends him as she moves to this new school in Avalon, and they're each other's first friend in a sense, and so they connect, and there is big surprises and twists toward the end. Not everything is as you think or as the characters think. So yeah, but you kind of see them coming. They're not that big a surprise. I had at least one of them 100% already figured out, like the first time the character appeared on screen, and yeah. So the other one was like, yeah, it's probably that person. So yeah, without giving out anything, yeah, it's kind of what you expect. There's no big surprises in this. By the way, I do want to mention one of the actors that I do recognize in this is Molly Quinn. She's used to be on Castle, the daughter of Nathan Fillion's character, Richard Castle. She's in this. She had a free trip to New Zealand, it looks like it, so can't be all bad. Other recognizable faces are Don Lake, who plays Allie's dad. His name is just Allie's father, but you've seen him in a million things. He's a well-known character actor. So yeah. So it's a there's these flashes to medieval times. So every once in a while you get these high school kids dressed up in armor and riding horses and swinging swords, just out of nowhere. Just oh no, oh, and she has nightmares about this, dreams and things. So yeah, it's a fantasy, but it's 90% all high school drama for the most part, with a singular story. It feels like this would have been a launching point, like I said, a pilot on the CW, and they would have had season 4 already in the can, with all sorts of adventures, with Mordred returning to take them down, and all sorts of other medieval things. And again, everything is a reference. One of the football teams they go up against is the Crusaders, and then they have to defeat the dragons next week. And yeah, it's a little over the top. It's kind of dorky at times. But if you're a big King Arthur fan, maybe you'll get a kick out of this. Otherwise, you might find this just kind of obnoxious. It's not a great film, but yeah, it didn't hurt to watch. It just wasn't that interesting. Everybody's beautiful, and the humor was all right, but it's not the kind of thing I'm ever going to watch again or recommend to anybody see. But hey, if you need to see everything on Disney Plus, here's one more thing. So, and if you like that whole CW feel of shows, it was shot well. It's filmed well. It doesn't have that grainy, not grainy, but it doesn't have that rough 4:3 aspect ratio of that you had in the old Disney Channel stuff. This seems it was directed and shot really well. It looks good, so I can say that about it. But anyway, let's pick tomorrow's episode.
15.
Wow, we're just going lower and lower. 15. Huh. All right, we're going to a classic. We're going to be seeing a Disney classic. No remakes here. This is the original 1951 Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland from 1951 on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow.